Hi students, I am Pandian, your physics teacher. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the 6th unit, light. So in this video, we are going to discuss about what is in the light, what are the characteristics of the light and the properties of light. Okay students, so first you must know what is in the light. Light is a form of energy. Already you know what is in the energy. Energy means the energy is used to turn the work. The energy is used to turn the work. Here the light is a energy. Light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy which is emitted by the luminous body, and when incident on the eye, it causes the sensation of light. When incident on the eye, it causes the sensation of light. Already you know that without light we cannot see any object. Without light we cannot see any object. So the light is used to see the object. The light is used to see the object. So only the light is a form of energy which is emitted by a luminous body, and when incident on the eye, it causes the sensation of light. So students, according to a book, the introduction for the light lesson, light is a form of energy which travel as electromagnetic waves. What is in the electromagnetic waves? The electromagnetic waves means it is the combination of electric field and the magnetic field, and it is a transverse wave. Transverse waves means if the particles are vibrating perpendicular to the direction of the propagation, these are called transverse wave. In Tamil that is called kurukkalaigal. If the particles are vibrating perpendicular to the direction of the propagation, the type of wave is called transverse wave. Here the light is a electromagnetic waves, that is a transverse waves. The branch of physics that deals with the properties and application of light is called optics. Optics means it is a branch of physics. It is used to study about the properties and application of light. Why we need to study light? In school level, why we need to study light means, in our day-to-day life, we use number of optical instruments. In physics laboratory, we are using physics laboratory and a biological laboratory. We are using microscope, telescope, binoculars, cameras and projector are used in educational, scientific and entertainment field. So here the microscope, telescope, binoculars, cameras and projector, these are work based on the light. Okay, so to handle this type of instruments, you must know about the properties of light. Next, characteristics of light rays. Already you know that light is a form of energy which always travel with maximum velocity. Here, the velocity of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Students, you can understand this. The velocity of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Per second, it travel the distance is 3 into 10 power 8 in vacuum. Next properties, light travel in straight line. Okay, wherever the light is travel, it's travel in straight line. When the light rays falls on smooth reflecting surfaces, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is a law of reflection. So when the light rays falls on smooth reflecting surfaces, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. After we will go to discuss about this. Next, light undergoes the phenomena of reflection, refraction, total internal reflection, interference, dispersion, diffraction and polarization. Okay, light undergoes the phenomena of reflection, refraction, total internal reflection, interference, dispersion, diffraction and polarization. These are the properties of light: reflection, refraction, total internal reflection, interference, dispersion, diffraction and polarization. These are the behavior of light, properties of light. Next, light undergoes the phenomena of scattering. Scattering means in Tamil ஒளி சிதறல். Scattering of light means ஒளி சிதறல். Light undergoes the phenomena of scattering discovered by C.V. Raman. Okay, discovered by Sir C.V. Raman. Reflecting of light, reflection of light. Light falling on any polished surface such as a mirror, light falling on any polished surface such as a mirror is reflected. The light falling on any polished surface such as a mirror is reflected. This reflection of light on polished surfaces follows certain laws and you have studied about them in your lower classes. Let us study about the little elaborately here. Okay, so in 9th standard you are going to discuss about the laws of reflection briefly. First, laws of reflection. Consider a plane mirror M dash. This is a plane mirror M dash. It is shown in figure. Let AO be the light ray incident on the plane mirror at a point O. The AO is called incident ray. Here the ray incident at a point O. The plane mirror reflects the incident ray. Okay, this is a light ray. Already you know the light ray is incident on any polished surface. It's reflected. So it is reflected. The ray is OB. The ray OB is called reflected ray. Draw a line ON at O. It's a perpendicular to M dash. At a point O, you draw the perpendicular line to the polished surface M dash. This line ON is called normal line. The ON is called a normal line. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called angle of incident. This is a incident ray. It is a normal of the plane. So the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incident. That is noted by AON with the letter I. Right? Same as the reflected ray OB makes an angle with the normal, that is noted by letter R, is equal to angle NOB. That is called angle of reflection. From the figure, you can observe that the angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. That is, angle of I is equal to angle of R. Also, the incident ray, the reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence all are lie in the same place. Students, from the figure you can notice that value of I is equal to value of R. So the angle of incidence, angle I is equal to angle of reflection, angle R. And then the incident ray, reflected ray, normal of the plane all are lie in the same plane. Students, this is a diagram to show the reflection. Incident ray, reflected ray, it is a normal of the plane. This is a mirror, polished surface. So here the incident ray incident on the mirror, then it is reflected. The angle between the normal and the incident ray is called angle of incidence. The angle between the reflected ray and the normal of the plane is called angle of reflection. This is not a letter angle I, this is not a letter angle R. So laws of reflection. The first law of reflection, from the figure we know that the incident ray normal at the point of the incident and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. That is a first law. Second law, law of reflection, angle of I is equal to angle of R. That is, the incident ray, reflected ray, the normal drawn at the point of incidence to the reflecting surface lie in the same plane. Second point, the angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. The angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. This is a laws of reflection. Next, lateral inversion. You might have heard about inversion. You know that what is in the inversion? In Tamil that is called Talaikeel. Talaikeel. Okay, you might have heard about inversion, but what is lateral inversion? The word lateral comes from Latin words latus, which means side. Which means lateral means side. So the lateral inversion means sidewise inversion. Lateral inversion means sidewise inversion. It is the apparent inversion of left and right that occur in a plane mirror. It is the apparent inversion of left and right that occurs in a plane mirror. Why do you plane mirrors reverse left and right, but they do not reverse up and down? Okay, so these questions rising to you. Why do plane mirror reverse left and right, but they do not reverse up and down? Well, the answer is mirrors do not actually reverse left and right. Mirrors do not actually reverse left and right, and they do not reverse up and down also. Okay, the mirrors do not reverse left and right and do not reverse up and down. But what actually mirrors do is reverse inside out. It's reverse inside out. I am going to explain that. From the image, observe the arrows that is given in different color, yellow color, green color, blue color. Observe the arrows which indicate the light ray from the object falling on the mirror. The arrow from the object head is directed towards the top of the mirror, and the arrow from the feet is directed towards the bottom, that is indicated by the blue. Here the head ray, the rays from head, it is indicated by the green. The arrow from left hand goes to the left side of the mirror. The arrow from the left hand goes to the left to the mirror, that is indicated by the yellow color. Next, the arrow from the right hand goes to the right side of the mirror. Okay, that is also indicated by the light blue. Here you can see that there is no switching. It's an optical illusion. It is an optical illusion. Thus, the apparent lateral inversion we observe is not caused by the mirror, but the result of our perception. Okay, it is not caused by the mirror, but the result of our perception. Okay, students, the arrow from the right hand goes to the right side of the mirror. Here you can see that there is no switching. it is an optical illusion. It is an optical illusion. So the mirror, it is give the sidewise inversion, that is called lateral inversion. Next, real and virtual image. If the light rays coming from an object actually meet, the light rays coming from the object and it is actually meet after the reflection, the image formed will be real image and it's always inverted. The image formed will be real image and it is always inverted. A real image can be produced on a screen. That image is called a real image. The diagram is also given like this. Okay students, the light comes from the image and it is incident on the reflecting surface, then it is reflected, then meet at a point, it is to produce a image. That image is one of the inverted image. That image is called a real image. Next, when the light rays coming from the object, here it does not meet actually, do not actually meet, but appear to meet when produced backwards. But appear to meet when produced backwards. That is also indicated by the dot line. It is not actually meet, but it appear to meet when produced backwards. That image will be virtual image. That image will be virtual image. The virtual image is always erect and cannot be caught on a screen. Okay? That image is always erect and cannot be caught on a screen.
We are going to learn about acids, bases and salts. Acids, bases and salts. Acids, bases and salts are the chemical compounds which we daily use in our life. In our everyday life, we use acids, bases and salts. An acid is a substance that is capable of producing hydrogen ions, H plus ions in water. Whereas a base is a substance that is capable of producing hydroxyl ions, that is OH minus ions in water. Example for an acid is hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. The formula for hydrochloric acid is HCl. Example for a base is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide's formula is NaOH. Okay, children? Salt. Salt is a compound, a neutral compound. It is a neutral compound which is formed by the neutralization reactions of acids with base. When an acid reacts with a base, it results in the formation of salt and water. Salt and water. Let me write an equation for the formation of salt. Acid, we know example for an acid is hydrochloric acid. Example for a base is sodium hydroxide. Okay. Here removal of water takes place. So we get the salt sodium chloride. See, sodium chloride is the salt produced here. So sodium chloride plus water molecule. This is hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. This is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is the base. This is sodium chloride, the salt formed in this neutralization reaction along with water. Okay, children? So, this is a neutralization reaction, and this compound, sodium chloride, is a neutral compound. Now, we are going to see the various types of acids present in the fruits we take in our daily life. Acids and their sources. Okay, acids and their sources. See, apple. Apple has got malic acid in it. Apple has got malic acid. Lemon has got, so apple has got malic acid. Lemon has got citric acid. Grapes has got tartaric acid. Tomato has got oxalic acid in it. Oxalic acid. Vinegar has got acetic acid. Vinegar is used as a preservative. At home, mothers use for preserving pickles. So, acetic acid. Curd. Curd is prepared from milk. So, it is lactic acid. Lactic acid. Orange has got ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. Tea has got tannic acid. Tannic acid. In our stomach, there is a juice created, acid created for digestion, that is nothing but hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. The bites, the stings of ants and bees contain an acid called formic acid. Formic acid. So these are acids and their sources. See, we have taken apple, lemon, grapes, tomato we take, vinegar. Vinegar is used as a food preservative, children. Then curd we are taking, orange, tea. Then in our biological body, stomach juice is produced that contains hydrochloric acid. Then the stings of ant and bee contain formic acid. So these are varieties of acids. Those are present in the fruits and the daily items, the daily food items we take. Okay, children? Now, see, ions formed by acids. Ions formed by acids. Acetic acid has got the formula. Acetic acid has got the formula CH3COOH. Acetic acid has got the formula, molecular formula CH3COOH. Formic acid has got the formula HCOOH. Nitric acid has got the formula HNO3. HNO3. Nitric acid HNO3. Sulfuric acid H2SO4. Phosphoric acid H3PO4. Okay, children. Here, when these acids are dissolved in water, they produce ions. What are ions? Charged particles are called as ions. See, this acetic acid, it dissociates to produce one H plus ion and CH3COO minus ion. Similarly, this formic acid dissociates to form H plus and HCOO minus ions. Nitric acid dissociates to form H plus NO3 minus ions. Sulfuric acid dissociates to form 2H plus SO4 2 minus. Phosphoric acid dissociates to form, see 3 hydrogen atoms are there, so 3H plus plus PO4 3 minus, phosphate ion. See now, depending upon the number of hydrogen ions, H plus ions produced by an acid when dissolved in water, we are having the number of replaceable hydrogen atoms. Number of replaceable hydrogen atoms or ions. Here only one H plus ion is produced, so the number of replaceable hydrogen ions is 1. Here also only one H plus ion is produced. In formic acid, only one H plus ion is produced on dissolving formic acid in water. So the number of replaceable hydrogen ions present in formic acid, one molecule of formic acid is 1. Nitric acid, it dissociates as H plus and NO3 minus. So children, here only one H plus is produced, so the number of replaceable hydrogen ions in nitric acid is also 1. In sulfuric acid, it has got 2 replaceable hydrogen ions. In phosphoric acid, it has got 3 replaceable hydrogen ions. Okay children? So this was stated by a scientist called Arrhenius. According to Arrhenius theory, see Arrhenius, name of a scientist, he proposed a theory called Arrhenius theory. According to Arrhenius theory, an acid is a substance. An acid is a substance that is capable of producing H plus ions in water, whereas a base is a substance that is capable of producing OH minus ions in water. Acid. Arrhenius defined an acid as a substance that is capable of producing H plus ions when dissolved in water. Example is hydrochloric acid. When it is dissolved in water, it produces H plus and Cl minus ions. According to Arrhenius theory, a base is a substance which when dissolved in water produces OH minus ions. Okay children, see here H plus ions and here OH minus ions. And that's why the first one, hydrochloric acid, is called as an acid, whereas sodium hydroxide is called as a base. And according to Arrhenius theory, an acid or a base, they don't form H plus and OH minus ions in the absence of water. So this hydrochloric acid, when it is dissolved in water, it produces hydronium ion, H3O plus plus Cl minus ions. Okay children, this is hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. So this H plus ion always is present in a combined state with oxygen in the form of hydronium ion. Not H plus alone doesn't exist separately. Okay children.